Hello and welcome to ARCs. I'd like to talk about the ARC tool. The ARC tool is an incredibly useful and handy tool. Other than a line or a rectangle, I will say that the ARC tool is something I probably use more than anything else. It's a way of drawing a part of a circle, right? To just draw a sweep or a bend or a curved line. So I use the ARC tool a lot, and the ARC tool can be very useful. Its default mode is going to be radius mode. An arc is defined with 3 points. It's going to be the beginning of the arc, the end of the arc, and the middle of the arc. And so those are the three boundaries, or the three parts of an arc that define the arc. So here, let's just draw one, right? So I selected an endpoint, and now let's select a second one. The first point that I selected, right, was actually the center, right? So the first point I selected was the arc center. The second point was where the arc was going to end, and then the other one was where the arc began, right? So let's just do that again. Let me just scroll out, right? I'm going to select a point, which is the center of that arc. I'm going to click again, which is going to define the radius. And now you can see that I'm sweeping that arc around. Now, if I go in the opposite direction, you can see that it's assuming that I'm going to go all the way around, right? I wonder if I can change that by hitting Control. I can't, right? So this is how I'm sweeping an arc, and it's going to sweep in a growing from 0 all the way up to 360 degrees, coming all the way around. Okay? No. Now, let's look at another mode that's very useful. 3-point mode. I can define an arc by defining 3 points in space. If I click a beginning point, a midpoint, and now you can see that I'm making an arc based on those 3 points, right there. And so that was my midpoint, my beginning point, my end point, and this is the center of that arc. I'll do it again. We'll click here. Let's say we go here, and now I can make a really shallow arc, right? So 3-point mode. I use both of those modes a lot. Please be familiar with arcs, and we will be working with arcs quite a bit. You can work with a tangent to a line mode. You can work center mode. I'm not even... oh, right. So this allows me to draw an arc and then control it by the center being a variable. It's like changing how much the curve is. I'll do that again. That's a point, and now I can make it, more deeply curved or more shallow, depending on where I place the center. I use it occasionally, not often. Okay, and so that's a quick overview of the ARC tool. The ARC tool has many options. I encourage you to explore them depending on their usefulness. But center radius mode and 3-point mode are definitely tools that you will use a lot, and that's ARCs.